Urgent Birds fans. A major piece of news has just shaken the inner workings of the franchise and could directly impact the team's plans in the NFC East race and the push for another Super Bowl. This involves a twist concerning edge rusher Bryce Huff, who was signed with high expectations last offseason, but is now at the center of questions and uncertainties. Let's break down how it all unfolded. In the 2024 offseason, the Eagles surprised many by signing Bryce Huff to a 3-year, $51 million deal after he had an outstanding season with the New York Jets. With impressive quarterback pressure stats, trailing only Micah Parsons, Huff was seen as an ideal piece to bolster the team's pass rush alongside names like Hassan Reddick and Josh Sweat. The signing was hailed as a bold and strategic move by general manager Howie Roseman. Huff arrived in Philadelphia surrounded by expectations. He had shown with the Jets a rare combination of explosiveness, technique, and relentless energy on the field, traits highly valued in a top-tier defender. The idea was that he would be an immediate impact player, helping to maintain the Eagles' high defensive level, especially after a season in which the team had reached the Super Bowl. But, as often happens in the NFL, the on-field reality didn't match the paper projections. Huff's debut season with the Eagles was, for many, disappointing. In 12 games played, he recorded only 2.5 sacks and 23 pressures. Additionally, his playing time dropped, averaging only 39% of defensive snaps, lower than what he logged in New York. His pass rush grade on Pro Football Focus plummeted from nearly 90 in previous seasons to below 70, raising red flags among fans and analysts. The situation took another turn this week when Huff did not attend the team's voluntary workouts, known as OTAs. While these sessions aren't mandatory, the absence of a player who underperformed naturally sparks speculation. Is he injured, unhappy with the scheme, or simply unmotivated? Fans quickly reacted. Some questioned his commitment, suggesting Huff became complacent after signing a lucrative contract. Others began to wonder if he was simply a product of the Jets' defensive system, which may have amplified his abilities more than was accurate. Interestingly, the Jets, who chose not to re-sign Huff even after his stellar 2023 season, now appear to have made the right call. The decision by the New York team was heavily discussed at the time, but now it takes on new weight given the emergence of Will McDonald IV, who had a breakout year with 10.5 sacks and is establishing himself as a versatile piece on the defensive line. The Jets' plan was always clear: to develop a more dynamic front seven with players capable of performing multiple roles, something Huff, so far, hasn't consistently shown he can do. While the Jets are reaping the rewards of their strategy, the Eagles face a dilemma. Defensive coordinator Sean Desai has emphasized the importance of versatility in his defense. He wants players who can not only rush the quarterback, but also drop into coverage, stop the run, and adapt to multiple schemes. Huff, with his more limited style focused solely on pass rushing, may no longer fit the ideal profile for the team. The big question now is, can Bryce Huff reinvent himself in Philadelphia? Is there still hope he can regain the explosiveness he showed with the Jets and fit into the Eagles' defensive philosophy? Or are we looking at a classic case of misjudged recruitment, where the statistical performance didn't reflect true compatibility with the new system? The NFL is a league of highs and lows, and many players have bounced back after disappointing seasons. But the early signs here are not encouraging. Huff's future with the team will depend on his ability to adapt, his commitment in practice, and the patience of the coaching staff and fan base. For now, he is seen more as a question mark than a solution. This situation also serves as a lesson for the Eagles' front office. Impressive numbers in one season don't always mean a player will be an immediate success in another system. Factors like tactical fit, locker room culture, and versatility have become increasingly critical in evaluating a signing's potential. Meanwhile, names like Reddick, Sweat, and Jordan Davis remain pillars of the defense, and the addition of talent like Nakobe Dean further raises the unit's competitiveness. Ultimately, Bryce Huff's story is still being written. He could overcome this difficult phase and become a key player in Philadelphia, or he could end up as yet another case of a promising player who didn't meet expectations. Time will tell. But what's certain is that in a league as competitive as the NFL, every decision matters, and every roster move can be the difference between a winning season and one full of frustration. Eagles fans remain alert, and the NFC East is shaping up to be an unpredictable battleground. Huff's case only reinforces how thrilling, uncertain, and full of twists the building of a championship roster can be. Philadelphia. The Eagles are working to finalize a deal that would send edge rusher Bryce Huff to the San Francisco 49ers for a mid-round draft pick, according to a league source. In San Francisco, Huff will reunite with Robert Saleh, the former Jets head coach, who returned to the 49ers as defensive coordinator this offseason. The trade is expected to be completed after June 1st, and Huff has already agreed to restructure his contract to help facilitate the move. Huff was set to earn $16.75 million in guaranteed money from the Eagles this season, who declined a $15 to $58 million option bonus and converted it into base salary. According to ESPN's Field Yates, by doing so, Philadelphia could save $905 million in salary cap space, leaving the 49ers responsible for the remaining $795 million owed to Huff this season. Under Saleh in 2023, Huff had a career-high 10 sacks and 68 pressures on just 312 pass-rushing opportunities, generating the NFL's best pressure rate at 21.8% per next-gen stats. That performance sparked a minor bidding war for Huff in free agency, and he eventually signed a 3-year, $51 million contract with the Eagles. Huff ended up playing in just 12 games, starting 6, in what turned out to be a disappointing lone season in Philadelphia. He recorded 13 tackles and 2.5 sacks, and was hampered by a torn wrist ligament that limited him for much of the second half of the season. According to multiple NFL sources, Huff did not attend any of the Eagles' voluntary off-season workouts, a clear indication that both the Eagles and Huff were considering a split. Looking ahead, the Eagles find themselves thin after also losing Josh Sweat in free agency and Brandon Graham to retirement following Super Bowl LAX. At Wednesday's OTA practice, with Nolan Smith limited to individual drills due to a torn triceps suffered in the Super Bowl, second-year prospect Jalix Hunt and free agent Azeez Ojulari were working with the first team, followed by the duo of Josh Uche and returning player Patrick Johnson. Sixth-round rookie Antwan Powell-Ryland is also on the roster, as are 2024 practice squad players KJ Henry and Ochon Mathis.